How you doing, Kevin Coach Williams?
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when and where you're going to be watching this interview. I am Coach Kevin Williams, your Black CEO, and it's an amazing day, and it gets better each and every day. Tanisa.
Tell us about Kevin Williams, the man.
Wow. Before I share with you about Kevin Williams, the man, let me take you back 5 years ago to Kevin Williams Simple. And so 5 years ago, Tanisa, I was living in Sherwood in a 3,200 square feet home. Oh, by the way, it was my sister's. I was actually living upstairs in her game room, sleeping on an air mattress. And I was at a point in my life where I hit rock bottom. And I always ask the question to people. I say, would you like to know how to get back on your feet? Miss 2 car payments, I promise you'll be back on your feet. And that's what happened to me, Tanisa. I had missed several vehicle payments, and one morning I'm walking outside and I'm about to call 911 and report my truck missing, and then all of a sudden I said, well, somebody made a payment. So it wasn't missing, it was AKA repo. And so that right there was, I was flatlined at that point. And you ever notice how you have family members who want to encourage you? Well, of course, staying with my oldest sister, she would text me every other day and say, check your email. Check my email. Okay. She must have emailed me something. She will forward me jobs of now hiring, because that's her way of saying, look, brother, you got to do something, right?
Right.
And I didn't want to go back into the workplace, Tanisa. However, I got tired of her worrying me about, you know, these companies are hiring. So I applied for this position that was in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and I got the position. And so I would commute round trip every day 100 miles, Monday through Friday. Now, Tanisa, you probably saying, well, Kevin, your vehicle was repo. How were you commuting every day, Monday through Friday, round trip? My wonderful sister loaned me one of her vehicles, and that's how I was getting back and forth to work.
Okay.
Tanisa, you just would have to have been with me this particular Monday morning as I'm making that drive to Pine Bluff. And as I pull into the parking lot, and just as I'm about to open the driver's side door, my heart is fluttering fast. And I already know why my heart is fluttering, because I'm working at a place that I'm unfulfilled. I know the moment that I open up those double doors, the drama, the backbiting, the backstabbing, the snitching, it's about to go down. And that day, Tanisa, I said to myself, I gotta get back in the game. I gotta get back in the game of entrepreneurship. And so as I'm coming back to Sherwood, I go upstairs. There's an email a friend of mine sent me and said, hey, you may want to take a look at this opportunity that we're doing this evening, which was it was on a Monday evening. So I'm waiting for the opportunity to come online. And so there I am, lying on my air mattress, watching this opportunity, Tanisa. And at the end, there was a call to action. And the call to action was, it was an investment to get started. And I was at that crossroad. You ever been at a crossroad and you don't know which way to go?
Many times.
Right. And so I'm at this crossroad, and all of a sudden I hear an audible in my head saying, Kevin, you don't need anyone's permission to be successful.
Wow.
And at that point, Tanisha, I made the investment and I got started. So now I'm known as the air mattresspreneur. I started another business,
Wow.
lying on my air mattress,
Wow.
and it was so refreshing to be back into that entrepreneurship mode.
Yes.
Now, I want the people who sleep on air mattress. This is where you're gonna really appreciate this. Now, you know, first of all, you never should be sleeping on an air mattress 7 days a week, right?
Right.
So I slept on mine 7 days a week. So at nighttime, I'd be up in the air, and then the morning time, I'd be back on the floor. I wore that air mattress out. I'm transparent, I'm authentic, I just tell you like it is.
Right.
Because see, people think entrepreneurship is this glamorous type of lifestyle, but entrepreneurship, man, if you look up the definition, it's about taking risk.
It is.
Now watch this. So Tanisha, that evening I started my business, but now I still got to go to work the next day. And here's another life-changing moment. This was on a Thursday, okay? And as I'm making that drive to Pine Bluff, I'm thinking about the circus. And you're probably wondering, what does the circus have to do with him starting a business? Well, have you ever been to the circus, like paid to go to the circus, and you know you have those professional tightrope walkers, right? Could be a male, could be a female, could be a duo, right?
Right.
And you paying to see them walk that rope, do these flips and tricks and things like that. But what is something that they don't have underneath them is what? A safety net.
Net, yeah.
Because think about this, if you go and you spend $40 to see a person or a pair walk a tightrope and they got a net up under them, oh no, brother, no, sister, no disrespect. I paid $40. If you fall, I just need to see you fall straight on that ground.
Right.
But remove that net.
Right.
So what that was saying to me is, Kevin, how are you going to give 120% in this new business if you still working a full-time job? So what are you going to do? Are you going to remove the net? Or are you just going to work it just a little bit because you're going to come up with this, that I work full time, so I'm working. I made a decision that Thursday.
Remove the net.
Tanisha, I went in, I told him I quit. So at this point, I have no choice but to give it 120%, right?
150. Yeah.
150. And I'm in a group called Black CEO, and I come across a longtime friend of mine, and we re-collaborated within this group, and he was sharing with me that he had left corporate America, the banking institution, and started his own company called Business Credit Works. And he said, Kevin, do you know what business credit is? I said, no, what is it? He said, well, he said, you know what it is, you just may heard on another terminology, which is called corporate credit. And he was educating me on that. And I said, well, yeah, when I was in law enforcement, I used the sheriff's office corporate card for us to go pick up a fugitive in another state. And, you know, all we had to do is turn in all the receipts that we use on that card. He said, Kevin, that's what business credit is. Wow. He said, however, 90% of entrepreneurs know nothing about business credit. And so he educated me, equipped me, empowered me to understand how to level the playing field as an entrepreneur in business, because even when I started another business, it was started incorrectly. It was in my social. And first of all, you should never be running a business in your social security number. It was never designed for that. That's your personal life, right?
EIN.
EIN. And so when he taught me that, I said, so how do we get this word out? He said, well, Kevin, I run day-to-day operations in my business, but I do need a sales team. And with my background, I became Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Business Credit Works. And again, the reason I'm sharing each of these steps with those of you that are going to be watching this is because 1 + 1 = 2 if we only cooperate, right? But 1 + 1 = 11 when we collaborate. So everywhere I go, I'm looking for those right collaborations, Tanisha, to fit the pieces of the puzzle of what I do. And so this is how my life has unfolded. And so now I'm here chilling with Tanisa, and I'm enjoying this interview. And what I want you to understand is that there are three things that you need in your business: systems, automation, collaboration. If you only have one of the three, your business is not going to be successful. If you have two of the three, your business is not going to be successful. You need three of three to run a successful business.
Wow. So you told us about Kevin, the man. Can you tell us about Kevin Williams, the CEO?
Not just Kevin Williams, the CEO. Kevin Williams, the black CEO.
The black CEO.
The black CEO.
The black CEO. Okay.
I'm a black CEO who's always looking to create collaborations.
Okay.
Because one of the biggest challenges in black entrepreneurship, in black businesses, in black small businesses, Tanisa, the primary mechanism in our culture today is the addiction to our own labor. Now, there's nothing wrong with labor, but it shouldn't be 100% of your labor. Because now watch this. If you are using 100% of your labor, your income is predicated on your labor. So if your labor drops, what else drops?
Your income.
Exactly. But if you leverage your labor, right? And let's just say it's right here, but you have leveraged your labor. If your labor drops, it's not even income no more. You're making revenue. Your revenue still increases whether or not your labor is there.
While you sleep.
Exactly. So this is why we have to let go of the addiction to our own labor. And where we get this concept from is, I'm going to start a sentence, Tanisa, and I just want you to finish.
Okay.
If it's to be, it's up to
me.
That's a lie. It's not up to you. It's up to a team of you.
Okay.
Right? You have a
so
team.
Sometimes you have to start out with me and then add that TA in there.
You do.
Spread the ME out, then you'll have team.
But here's another thing. You don't necessarily have to just start with you. You can start with you all.
Yeah.
See, you can still assemble a team.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Here's another one. I have to wear all of the hats. No, you don't. Delegate.
But if you think about it, a lot of successful entrepreneurs right now, they had to wear all the hats. They had to have a me instead of their team, so they can build a foundation.
But
and then have the finances to bring on people and have the finance. Once work got overwhelmed, then they spread those hats out.
But if you really take a close look, Tanisa, remember I said 90% of entrepreneurs do not know anything about business credit. And the reason why is what you just said. They're still wearing all the what? See, what Daryl Johnson, who is the founder and CEO of Business Credit Work, noticed is that when he was in the banking institution, the only people that was coming to the bank knowing about business credit were two people. The CFO, which is the Chief Financial Officer, okay, and the COO, which is the Chief Operating Officer. Now, in a small business, do you have that? No. So how would you even know about that? But if we learn how to collaborate, then the 90% of the entrepreneurs who know nothing about business credit, that number's going to start shrinking. Because now you're going to start collaborating and putting together a team. See, here's one thing I know for sure. Individuals will only win a game. Teams win championships.
Wow.
So the question you have to ask yourself, when was the last time you won a financial championship? Because income is what I call winning a game here and there. But generating revenue, you winning championships.
That's deep, brother. I like that. You
Yeah.
teaching me something today. So now that we're on that path to that, and you answered the question on how did you decide to be your own boss and become a CEO, you already answered that question. My next question is, what do you think about our people being the majority consumers than the producers and the buying market?
So my thought process on that is that we just got to learn a different model. So here's why we're consumers. Tanisha, when you, and I want you, this is a transparent moment, okay? When you think of sales, what images come to your mind? When you think about selling or sales, what about when you think about sales, you think about being pushy? You think about that pushy car salesman? Do you think about the guy who has on the plaid shoes and the plaid suit, knocking on your door, selling you or forcing you to buy insurance?
Pushy is what comes first.
So here's what happens. So here's what we say as black people. I don't want to sell. But what you're saying is, I have images of being pushy, being aggressive, and so this is why we turn into consumers. And this is why $1.2 trillion of black money is out there being spent everywhere else. So we gotta learn how to go from consumers to become merchants. We gotta learn how to become merchants. Because here's what's interesting. We get a mortgage loan, right? We get a car loan, right? We get a financial loan, but we don't apply for business loans. We got all these other loans, but the one loan that can give us economic empowerment is business.
Yeah.
That's all.
The person that's making the money is the one that designed it.
It's the right. but we're running out there going to buy it. So how about taking that $1,000 and investing in Apple?
Exactly.
How about taking that $200 instead of buying Nike, buy Nike stock? See, we do not want to. We don't want to accept the responsibility that comes behind money. So the easiest way to not accept responsibility with money is to blow it.
Right.
That's the easiest thing to do.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What advice would you give a young black CEO that wants to start their own business?
I'm gonna give a few. I have what I call 7 steps, but I'm gonna give 1 to 3. Number 1, you gotta say this. No more than 9 to 5. Listen to what I just said. No more than 9 to 5. KNOW. No more than 9 to 5. You gotta say to yourself, today I quit. I quit mediocrity. I quit bad relationships. I quit struggling. I quit being a slave to the clock. And today I win.
I like that.
Excuse me, today I quit, tomorrow I win. Today I quit, tomorrow I win.
I like it.
And the first thing you gotta learn how to win at is finding a coach, mentor who knows and understands business, and they're not going to sugarcoat. They're not going to give you this feel good. They're going
yes all the time.
Right. They're going to tell it to you just like it is.
Right.
They're going to tell you the good, the indifferent, but at the end, it's worth it.
Right.
And then you also got to be around a team of movers and shakers.
Right.
You know what, Tanisha, we tend to hang with the average 5 people who are like us. So I always say, if you hanging around 6 broke people, guess who's number 7?
Right.
You.
Right.
You
hang
number
around
7.
9 millionaires.
You the 10th millionaire.
10th millionaire.
You're going to be the 10th millionaire.
Exactly.
So we got to change our mindset.
Exactly.
I like what a friend of mine in Atlanta, Georgia says. His name is Mr. Tycoon. He says, in order to get your money right, you got to get this.
Yeah.
You got to get your mind right.
And stay focused.
And you got to read. You got to start reading stuff that's not putting no money in your pocket.
Right.
You got to stop watching RHOA. Okay? That's not making you no money. It's making them money.
I watch it after I make my money. That's my downtime.
That's your downtime?
That's my downtime.
And that's fine.
RHOA.
Yeah, and that's fine. Now, personally, I call the television the electronic income reducer, because if it's not putting money in my pocket, it's taking money out of my pocket. So, you know, but again, that's just me personally. I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch TV.
Right.
It works for me.
Right.
Because I spend my time reading books like this called The Power of Habit.
Okay.
And do you know, whatever your habit is, that's your life.
And they say maximize your moment, maximize your time.
Maximize.
Whatever you want to be good at, spend time.
Yeah.
So what is next for Kevin, Coach, the Black CEO Williams?
It's to really build out the Black CEO Little Rock chapter that we have here, and really create a strong tribe of collaborators where we're building business-based wealth. That is the center of my attention. Now, don't get me wrong, I still run my businesses every day, but I also understand that true collaboration is what creates business-based wealth. And one of the things that I know with our culture, Tanisa, is that we are a divided culture. And what I mean by we're a divided culture, I mean that we have trust issues, and that's we could talk about that. But we also can break the cycle of having what I call trust issues.
Right.
Because every other culture, when it comes to business, they come together. And one of the things that I also like to see happen is parents who have children, teach them about entrepreneurship.
Right.
Every other culture teach their kids about entrepreneurship. As a matter of fact, I don't know the exact nationality, but these nail shops, what culture is working in there? Their culture, right?
Yeah.
So it's Asian nail shops, right?
Yeah.
I've yet to come across another ethnicity working in their shop, and I'm not, and that's okay.
Right.
I don't have an issue with that.
Right.
But do you also notice how they keep it family run? Like the littlest child in there is doing something to help with the business, right?
The flow.
Right. And so that's called business ownership.
Exactly.
We gotta establish business ownership. That's the new economic empowerment. I like what Dr. George Fraser said. He said, buy black, but sell to everybody.
Wow.
Buy black, but sell to everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
How long have you been a Black CEO?
Off and on, a little over 10 years, but consistent and solid now, 4 years.
Okay. All right. Well, I thank you for chilling with me today.
Chilling with Tanisa.
Chilling with the Black CEO.
I know that's right.
And man, your words inspired me today. And man, I will see you at the next Black CEO meeting.
My name is Kevin Williams. I am the president of the Black CEO Little Rock chapter, vice president for Business Credit Works, and I am Black CEO out.